Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about Aurora Cannabis. The reason I haven't made a video on Aurora Cannabis lately is because I saw the huge run up in the stock price, but knowing that the company has been burning through a lot of cash, I had a feeling that they were going to do another ATM that's at the market offering, which is basically more dilution to raise cash because the company was burning through a lot of cash. And so that's exactly what happened in the stock price. So if you take a look at the most recent price. Okay, so if you take a look here, the stock was kind of trading around $4 and then once Joe Biden started talking about supporting the legalization of marijuana, and then there were 4 U.S. states that started to legalize marijuana because they're desperate for tax dollars. I believe that saw a huge run up in price. But the problem with this run up is that Aurora was desperate for cash. So the company has been bleeding through tons and tons of losses. So once they saw the stock run up, they initiated the offering. So now the stock is back down to around $6.90. So that's why sometimes it's important if a stock runs up this fast. If you're holding the stock, you want to take some profits on it, or not be too quick to rush in, because when a company is losing money, one of the quickest ways they raise capital is simply to offer more shares. And make no mistake about it. When a company does an offering, you lose money, because now you own a smaller percentage of the overall company, and now there's more shares outstanding, which makes your share worth less. So obviously the market cap isn't going to change much. If you're offering more shares, the only way that you're going to see a fair exchange is that the stock price is going to fall. So this is exactly what we saw right here. So this was a quick run up, and now we're back down to around $6.90. So now let's talk a little bit more about that actual offering, and then I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm going to be doing with Aurora Cannabis, because I still think there's a bright future ahead. We're really, really, really early in the whole CBD, marijuana cannabis legalization market. This is kind of the infancy stages. So let's just go into that a little bit more. So as you can see here, I'm on Market Watch. It says Aurora Cannabis plans to sell more stock. So basically, after the huge run up, they did an at the market offering of around $7.50 a share, with some additional warrants that around $9 within 40 months of close. So this allowed the company to raise $125 million. And that's a good thing, because Aurora Cannabis was really struggling lately. Canopy Growth experienced record revenue, and Aurora's revenue was basically down. So if we take a look at, I'm actually on the latest Q1 2001 release, and we take a look at their actual revenue, you can see that net revenue actually decreased from the last quarter, and that's a huge disappointment because they're losing market share in the recreational business. So they're doing well in medicinal cannabis and things like that, and they're doing well with the Reliva brand, which I think has a lot of potential long term. But in the recreational market, Aurora is getting crushed. So they're getting crushed by companies like Canopy. They're getting crushed by street sellers and things like that, and they're really losing market share there. But the good thing is that I'm really interested in the CBD market, because a lot of people don't really use marijuana recreationally, and obviously the medicinal market is going to increase. But CBD oil is something different. It's been proven by athletes, by senior citizens, and by anybody that's been experiencing things like joint pain or arthritis or things like that, muscle pain and things like that. It can really make a difference. And some high profile athletes have come out. The biggest that I can think of is Robert Gronkowski, the soon to be Hall of Fame tight end for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's talked lengths about the uses of CBD oil, and if we can get more people to kind of get onto the benefits of cannabis, not just as something that you can smoke, or use, for medicinal reasons, but use topically on the body, that's going to generate a lot of revenue for these companies. So that's basically a lot of, I think, even if they lose recreational market, I think that they can gain in the CBD market. And as you can see here, kilograms sold actually decreased. So they're losing share in the recreational market. So that's why I think, even though this stock got a big boost from the good news of the legalization and things like that, this was bound to happen, because Aurora right now is really struggling. They're going through CEO after CEO. They've got keyboard members that are leaving to pursue other opportunities. That's not a great sign as well. So there's a lot of headwinds for this company. I'm not gonna lie. hopefully things will get right and the company will get back on track. But it's not looking so great right now. So now what do we have? Well, the company just had an offering of around $7.50. So I'm expecting to see the stock trade probably between $5 to $7 for a while now. And what we really need from Aurora is Aurora really needs the reopening of basically of the economy, because in Canada, Aurora is a Canadian based company, and these shutdowns have really hurt the company's sales. With people indoors, they're not able to go out and buy cannabis and things like that recreationally as they would. And also, it's just overall one of the stocks that is not going to benefit as long as there's the pandemic and things like that. So even though there was a big rush in revenue from when people were stockpiling the plant at the beginning of the pandemic, now this is one of those stocks that is starting to suffer. Okay, so now what am I going to do with Aurora Cannabis? Well, I didn't want to chase that quick run up because I knew they were going to do an offering and come back down. So now I'm interested in buying again. But this time, I think if you're going to buy this stock, you really need to have a more long-term point of view. You're not going to see a quick bump up in this. Obviously, there was legalization in a couple more states, and we really need federal legalization in the United States. But there's also some other plays out there. They've got Green Thumbs. That's a good one. Canopy Growth as well. So if you're really looking to get into the whole marijuana stocks, I would say Aurora is definitely like your second or third best option. The safest hedge is just Canopy Growth. They just did record revenue. Things are looking really, really good, and they have some other products in their product line, like the vaporizers and things like that. And those are some other options for you guys that are looking to diversify into the marijuana stocks. But for guys that are interested in Aurora Cannabis, the new CEO Miguel Martin, we're really going to need a complete transformation in this company, because if recreational revenue is decreasing and medicinal revenue is not increasing a lot, it looks like it's going to basically be about the Reliever brand, and hope and pray that medicinal sales recover, because losing market share recreationally, that's just not a good sign. So what I would say for this stock is I think there's some better opportunities out there. I think if you're looking to make quick money, I think I would focus on those EV car stocks. Stocks like NIO, stocks like Tesla, Solo, Xpeng, things like that. Those seem to be like the hottest stocks as of late. But if you're looking to make money on Aurora Cannabis, I wouldn't try to make money on this right away. I'd say you're probably going to be holding the stock until the pandemic vaccine comes out and people are more open to social gatherings, because that's the only way that this company is really going to see a boost in sales. So lost in market share, things aren't looking great, but I still like Aurora long term. And the reason I like Aurora long term is because I think with that exposure with the Reliever brand into the CBD oil market, I'm really looking at CBD stocks. So I'm really interested in companies that have exposure to that topical market, because that is supposed to grow like crazy over the next 5 years. And if you have shares in it, you're going to see a huge gain in revenue. So right now, what I would do is if you bought at the top, I would just average down and add to my position. If you think you can trade this, if you're trying to trade this stock quickly on a jump, I would just get out of it. I don't expect this stock to pop anytime soon until we get some more positive news about legalization or things like that, or until the next quarterly report, which should be in around 3 months. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on Aurora Cannabis stock. Like I said, if Aurora, it's around, the market cap now is like $1 billion. So if they turn things around, this has the potential to grow into like a $5 to $10 billion company. So you could see 2, 3, 5, maybe even 10x of your money, but don't expect that to happen for at least a year or two. So that's it until next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Oh yeah, make sure to smash the red subscribe button to subscribe to more videos I'll be covering on Aurora Cannabis and other hot stocks in the marijuana sector. So that's it until next time, guys. Take care.